Hi, everybody. Great to be here. What a beautiful day for some Texachusetts Salsa, wouldn't you say? Well, I have to say that this corn that we're using today is really awesome, so that's the first thing. But yes, my name is Amanda Escamilla, and I'm a personal chef. I work, I do some personal chef jobs, if you would like. I do some small catering gigs as well. And I love to cook. And so today we're here to do some a salsa, recreating what is taking ingredients from Massachusetts, very locally grown, super fresh, and we're going to add some Texas flair, a little bit of techniques, and we're going to come up with what I like to call a Texachusetts salsa. I'm using some field tomatoes today from, like I said, Sutherland, Massachusetts, and they look really nice, very firm, and they're very tasty. And these are some nice sweet onions that I also picked up right here from the farmer's market, or from the farmer's market, but the one that's coming out of Groton. The only thing that I want to say is today we're going to interchange a little bit. What I have prepared, we have some roasted corn here, and these are roasted corn. This is a roasted corn Texachusetts salsa, and here it's going to be a super fresh one. So we got both. You can play with it, whatever you want to do at home.
If you roast the corn, how do you do that at home?
Good call. Good call. The way I like to do it is keep it right on the husk. I like to take this husk and I just trim it this way like that, this way, and if you need to, you can cut a bit of that. Just throw it on a nice medium-high hot grill. Okay, so once you start to, you see it getting brown, you flip it. And so sometimes I might do a half dozen, 6, whatever it takes, how many, whatever you want to do. But that's the best way to do it, and then you just peel it. You peel the husk back, and then you just take a knife and you shave it down. All right, so the other thing is I got are these real nice, super fresh bell peppers. So what we're going to do is chop them up really finely, and then we're going to toss them into this salsa, which I've already started here into julienne strips, and even if it's just a rough chop. But it's small, You want to make sure that it's small. Yep. All right. Take that. Okay, an onion. This is pretty good. We might need 2 of these. My favorite knife is this one. As long as it's nice and fine. You know, nobody wants to bite into a big chunk of onion. We have the field tomatoes. You know, I love these tomatoes because they're so sweet. So what I'd like to do is just add a few to these, right? You could take any one of these. These are so nice the way they are. If I could, I would leave them whole. But then again, like the onion, you want it small so that you can bite into it. But I like these just sort of cut in quarters. And you know, you could do it the way you want at home, whatever you prefer in terms of texture, the kind of tomato you prefer. It's really up to, it's a personal preference. So we're just going to go ahead and toss these in. Maybe even make them smaller, but for this purpose. So we have tomatoes. We want to do some peppers. Now the interesting thing is I was looking for some jalapenos, but I didn't find any. That's okay. I think I just didn't look far enough. So what I wanted, I'm experimenting with these. They're called Bavarian, and they're a little bit hot. In terms of a scale, they're a little less hot than the jalapenos themselves. So I'm going to use these. So what I would do is take this here, cut them in the middle. And the best thing is if you have a spoon like this one, is that you can just core it down. A metal spoon is best. And if you have to, wear a glove. Especially if you use serranos or hotter peppers. Okay? So it's really nice to eat, but it's not so nice if you rub your eyes and all that stuff. But don't be afraid, because you know what? If you do it right, you put a glove on, or you're careful, you wash your hands, you'll really enjoy this salsa. So don't be afraid of peppers. It's a myth. All right. So we'll take these, chop them up real fine. Perfect. All right. So I have some limes here. These are Mexican limes. What can I tell you? They weren't grown up here, but they are indeed delicious. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and squeeze these limes in. Right? I got about one here. I'm going to probably do 1.5. Lots of juice. Everywhere, that is. And then I have some cilantro already chopped up, as I said. You know, mostly just the leaf, if you can, with just the leaf, because sometimes the stem is a little, again, you bite into it, it's too much of a texture, it might throw somebody off. What is this? It's not a big deal, but it's nice if you can do just the leaves. All right, and this is a little bit of the oregano. I'm going to actually put a little, and what I'd like to think is cilantro is more, you put more cilantro than you put oregano. And sometimes you don't even have to. If you don't have oregano, you don't need to use it. It's okay. You can even use a different herb. But cilantro is a standing herb that we use in a lot of the salsas that we make. And oregano. And if you don't have fresh oregano, that's okay. You can use a dry oregano as well. Yep. And you know that oregano has a very pungent kind of a taste, so you really don't need that much. I'm going to put a little salt, a little pepper, and some olive oil. We're going to toss this with a loving handle. And sometimes the juice, I think I can tell that we can use a little more lime juice. I don't know how I can tell, but I can tell. All right. Perfect. You don't have to have them with corn chips. Sometimes plantain chips are just as good. Have you tried, if you've tried them before, you'll know that they're good. So I have to try to make sure that it's good, right? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Mm-hmm. It's there. How about you, Lynn?
I'll try some.
Oh, in the Bavarian. Wow.
Very good.